on the North Carolina, South Carolina border. This is a favorite route. This is called the Saluda grade, and it goes up past this beautiful reservoir. You can see the canopy. It's really beautiful. It can be 100 degrees out in the summertime, and underneath this canopy, it'll be a cool 75, 80. And then as you go through the hollers and hills, you can even get down to about 60. So it feels really good on a hot summer day. The point is that this is one of the most beautiful places to ride a bicycle on the East Coast, if not in the country. We climbed up to Saluda, North Carolina, and we could count the amount of cars that passed us on one hand. It's still very sacred ground, and it's preserved, and it's beautiful for all of us to enjoy.
I've been riding for about maybe a year and a half.
No, longer than that.
Have I?
Yeah, you're going on 3 years.
I mean, most of it, I'm stationary. Does that count? I've only been on this ride once, and I came probably about 8 months ago. The scenery is pretty unbeatable, for sure.
I mean, this is one of my favorite rides. When I'm heavily training for bicycle racing, I would say I'd be coming up here at least 4 to 6 times a month. And you never know what you're gonna see. Like one time I was climbing up the grade and I saw a bobcat, and it blew my mind. Number one, I didn't even know there were bobcats here. And number two, it was so serene just to see that thing sitting there. It was smaller than I thought it was gonna be, but it was, maybe it was a baby or something, but it was so beautiful.
We were living in Madera Ranch, California, and we went for a bike ride. We were going uphill around the corner from the house, and I was clipped in for the first time, and I saw someone I knew, and I waved, and I fell. And Robert went to go chase my water bottle, which started rolling down the hill, and then he goes, "I've invested in you. What kind of performance is this?"
I don't know what you're saying. For motocross, you're gonna peg your heart. So whatever your max heart rate is, that's what you're gonna go out there and do. My races are somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes. So imagine pegging your heart for that long. My max heart rate is still pretty high. I mean, I'm still, high 190s, 200. So that's awesome, but I need to create that base, that foundation. And once I create that foundation, then I gotta add some intensity.
So let me cut into that really quick and tell the average Joe what that means, because like for me, 130 is really hard and I'm sweating buckets. So he can go, it takes, for him to get a really good workout and for him to go maximum, that's 190 compared to the average Joe. That's a lot.
For bicycle riding, for bicycle racing, all you do is train on the bicycle. You don't go to the gym at all. So, for motocross, it's like, number one, you need seat time on the motorcycle. Number two, you got to get out here on the bicycle. Number three, you got to go to the gym. You might be training 15, 20 hours on the bicycle, for you to go to the track on the motorcycle. I mean, that's a half a day easy. I mean, that's if you do it fast, so that can be 6 hours right there. So you do that 3 times a week, that's 18 hours. All right, then you got to do the bicycle 10, 15 hours. You're already at 28, 33 hours.
It's a full-time job.
Yeah, and then add the gym. I mean, that's 40 hours just training, and then you got life and children and work and everything else that goes along with that. I think I'm finally at the end of my preparation, and to go to this qualifier, I'm gonna put my best foot forward. It's hard to run at this pace, especially at 45 years old. I mean, there's not too many people that I know that can operate in all of these different realms, and something always slips. If I'm giving more attention to my training, then family could slip or work could slip. So it's a huge balancing act, and that creates a little bit of friction internally, in my head, because I really want this goal, but I have to be super efficient with my time. We have 2 types of racing in this country. We have criteriums, which are a lot of fun, which usually we activate a downtown area, and they're usually in conjunction with the arts festival or something like that. And then we have road racing, and the road racing is a lot of fun too. So that's longer distance where you do, 90-mile races are typical here in the United States for, the top categories. And it was a lot of fun doing all that stuff. I think at some point you realize that there's 18-year-olds that keep coming up and up and up, and you're not in that podium position anymore. And so I think I've just been able to enjoy what I know about the sport, pass on knowledge to people like Jennifer and people that don't know, and but just have fun with it at this point.